I thought I would start in the far corner of my workshop. This is my Swan station, and I'm listing on 40 meters in the extra portion of the band. That speaker's a little sharp sounding. I'm going to see if I can plug a better speaker into it, some kind of a better enclosure, not right here, maybe under the desk. Something that has a little bit more depth to it, because that speaker on some of this stuff actually hurts my ears. So this is my Swan station. I don't really transmit from this too much. It needs new finals. The horizontal sweep tube finals in it were not too good when I got it. And I made a mistake one time of trying to load this thing up on a high SWR situation on my antenna without thinking. I didn't have the tuner on it. And I think I finished off those finals. Horizontal sweep tubes they work good. You get a lot of power out of them with a radio like this. I believe this would have been 500 watts, but those tubes are very sensitive. You have to resonate them right away, and they just don't tolerate high SWR situations, and I should have known better. But they weren't, like I say, the final tubes in this radio were not very good as it is. So I've got some spares that I bought. I have to put them in, and then I have to neutralize them, neutralize the tubes, and then I'm all set to go. I can tune this radio up and make contacts with it. But this is my Swan station. It's in the far southeast corner of my workshop. So moving away from my ham radio desk that's in here, this is my messy workbench, and you know, I could have really straightened things up in here before I made a video like this to give you the illusion that everything is always neat and orderly here. No, it's not. It is from time to time though. When I get done with a project, I usually straighten up the bench really good, get everything put away, reorganized. I do that, but one of the reasons it's still very, very messy right now is because of what you see sitting on the bench. This is one of the many channels in an Allen Heath recording console from the 70s for a client that I'm working on. This particular one has given me a lot of trouble. I have no idea why it doesn't work. I've tried many things and did a lot of signal tracing on it, but I'm still all the capacitors have been replaced on it, and actually the client replaced those on this particular channel. I've been doing some of the other ones, but this particular channel, the client replaced all the capacitors. I double checked his work, and in all honesty, I couldn't find anything wrong unless one of the new capacitors is defective. It acts like it's got a short in it. It passes audio, but it doesn't pass it through correctly. It's a very complicated thing to troubleshoot, very difficult to work on, but I'm still pecking away at it. I've got a lot of the other channels to work on yet, but there is some test equipment that's old in here. Some of it I don't use. And there's some pieces of test equipment that I should have in here that I don't have. Underneath the bench are tube testers and CRT testers and different things like that. But and you know, no shop is complete without a boxer dog at one end and a Labrador at the other end. So anyways, like I say, I could have Could have made this really nice and neat and tidy so that people could think, oh, is he organized? No, no. A lot of this stuff on the floor is stuff that has to be sorted out. Some of it's junk. Some of it will go into the recyclers. My wind system for my pipe organ is back here. You can see some of it. There's the tibia regulator up there. Tremolos and stuff right next to Pepper my boxer. Let's see, we go a little bit further. I'm going west. There are some more channels from the Allen Heath mixing console that are to be worked on yet. Here's a nice Zenith porthole TV. That was, I bought that from a friend of mine many years ago who inherited it from his grandmother. He wasn't going to do anything with it, and it actually did work when I first got it. It doesn't work very well now. That's a project, and that's a story for another day. Some of that stuff stacked up there is stuff I use. Other things in there may be junk that need to be thrown out. There's a Webcore Musical phonograph, that record player I should call it, that needs, that's a future project that one of those someday projects I haven't got to. Parts drawers. Here's the big blower that runs my pipe organ. And no blower is complete without a saddle sitting on top of it. I don't use a saddle when I ride my horse. I'm a bareback rider. But that saddle's a collector saddle. That's actually, I believe it's a French Foreign Legion saddle. Probably worth a lot of money, I don't know. But and I should oil it up. I've oiled it from time to time. But that is an antique saddle. A very nice one, mind you. Going a little bit further, there's more stuff that runs the pipe on the pipe organ here. The giant motor. How the electric company loves it when I play the organ. The giant Century motor that runs the pipe organ blower. That's a real honey of a motor. It'll probably outlive me. As long as I keep oil in it and grease in the thrust bearing, it'll work forever. Turning around, if I can get a view, this is where I listen to records. And also I've got some stereo gear in there. I switch stereo gear around from time to time. I spin shellac and vinyl right here. Shellac and vinyl. I'll demonstrate maybe a record or two, but this is where I listen to records. And there are records everywhere. This case down here, chock full of records, records and records all over the place. That's how it is here. But anyways, I'm at the other end of my workshop now, and this is where I listen to my records. And if I keep going out, I don't break my neck falling over one of my dogs. There's the Chrysoglat. That's part of my pipe organ. We go a little bit further. Here's the pipe chamber. Organ pipes everywhere. My goodness. And if I walk out of the pipe chamber, my little music room in here, I got a lot of TVs in here. These are all future projects to be worked on. That Dumont Hampton down there is, I'm going to work on that quite soon actually. Here's the Zenith 65 Marseille TV that I bought from a local eBay seller not too long ago. Console for my Wurlitzer pipe organ. I've got some recordings up on this site already from playing that. So basically, here underneath that cloth is my Yamaha ELX1. It's a very nice instrument. I've been having fun with it. I have only made one recording with it. I got some JBL speakers that go with it. So we have fun with that. I don't know, I have a plan with these TV sets. It's actually in reference to my lifetime experience with television, and it starts with 1952. So when I get these sets working and restored, probably starting with that Zenith, that's the Zenith Giant Circle Cobra-matic AM and FM. I have a video up on that one that's underneath that RCA there. That'll probably be one of the first ones I get going, but as soon as I get the loose base fixed on the CRT and that Dumont Hampton, I'm going to slowly power it up to see if the thing even works without restoration. Now finally, we walk into my dining area. I remodeled this whole space, kitchen. It's all brand new. Well, in 2013, I remodeled it. It was pretty dismal in here. Prior to that, I lived with it for quite a lot of years. Lighting isn't very good in here for this camera. There's my Victrola orthophonic credenza project in a stage of being worked on. The repaired bases here. I'm waiting for nice weather outside so I can continue stripping it. It needs to be refinished. I got some pieces stripped, some pieces stained. The space is almost done. There's another video of it, of course. In this corner is my 1915 talking machine. I'd like to have one that had the big horn on it, but that was given to me, that talking machine was given to me, quite a lot of years ago when I helped somebody move, and he gave it to me as a gift for helping him move. And that cabinet down below is chock full of acoustic records. There's nothing next to it, but I'm looking for a very small table because if you remember when I showed my Swan ham radio, to the right of it was a Westinghouse RADA. That actually goes with this. I mean it to go with this talking machine because I have the reproducer driver that will attach right to where the sound box is on it now, and I can use the horn in that phonograph as the horn speaker for that radio. So that radio I really want to pair up with that phonograph. And if I turn all the way around, there is my restored Oriole radio sitting on top of that Victor radio. The Victor radio is not restored yet. I'm going to work on it one day. I want to have all these working where they're sitting. I've come up with a plan so that if somebody comes over, I can just demonstrate them. You know, they're just all set to go. And over in that corner is my 1925 Radiola 20. And that's in working condition. I've repaired it. I did videos on it. And again, I'll probably put the power supply for the Radiola and also for the Oriole in the cabinet that the Radiola sits on. That's about it. Thanks a lot for watching.